Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
It's a Tuesday. It's a Schleg's Day. Attack and dominate on the agenda, as it is each and every day here. Morning Juice. I'm Tito. Jeff Thitoff. Bobby Carton, my left. Bodie Boatster over there, making sure nothing crashes. Good morning, Bobby.
Good morning, Jeff. How are we doing today?
Doing great, brother. Doing great. It's a beautiful day. Always a good day when you wake up on this side of the ground, right?
Oh, yeah. Better to be seen than viewed.
That's a good way to put it, Bobby. I appreciate that. Big show today. Schleg's comes on at 7 o'clock. Look, you're supposed to be a specific tease, Bob. I can never tease anything because we have no idea which lane Schleg's will be in.
It's a beautiful mystery. That's what you tease.
That's what it is. You're right.
You tease the unknown.
That's what it is. Jackets fall 3-2 to New Jersey last night. They host Colorado Thursday. It was a home opener for the Jackets. In the NFL, Bears over Washington 25-24. Falcons 24, Bills 14. Titans fire Brian Callahan, or Bill Callahan, but Brian, though, the younger one, after going 4-19 in less than 2 seasons. In the Major League Baseball yesterday, Seattle takes a 2-0 lead over Toronto with a 10-3 win over the Blue Jays. They will now have a day off where they play in Toronto. I guess that would be, Thursday. Dodgers 2-1 win over Milwaukee in their series opener. Game 2 tonight in L.A. at 8:08. Morning Juice, sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin, Event Risk Elite Protection. 2 full hours right here on YouTube, folks. The Fan app at HD3. You can download the show anytime. Catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Also hear a replay of this here show on the Fan 2, 1460 a.m. from 1 to 3 p.m. every single day.
Also, I think we're allowed to say this.
Let's do it.
Tyler kind of made it seem like I could say this. He didn't 100% say it, but he kind of made it seem like I could.
That's fair.
Facebook and Twitter as well. Check us out.
Live on there.
As
we
speak.
speak.
Live everywhere. Yes,
Yeah.
as we speak. I think.
Maybe.
I see the stream. I can't hear it. I'm unable to play it until we get to the break, but it looks good. The stream didn't 100% fire correctly this morning.
Right.
But good news is I was able to manually fire that, and it hasn't crashed, which is by far and away the most important thing.
Are we on any kind of delay anywhere, or do I still have to wash my mouth?
Yes, you still, no dump button over here, Tito.
That's unfortunate. I'll tell you.
I mean, you could say whatever you want.
Listen,
there might just be repercussions for
let's be honest.
what you do say.
They're taking quite the risk at that every day, aren't they?
Yeah. 2 hours of that?
Yeah. League title playoff implications on the line in the Capital Ford of Columbus High School football game of the week this week as Hamilton Township hosts Bloom Carroll Friday night. Coverage starts at 6:30, kicks at 7. After the game, it's Byers Subaru Dublin's Overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. Friday nights are for high school football on the Fan. They do a great job on that, too. It used to be get up in the morning, read the Columbus Dispatch, and see what, I don't know what all's in there anymore as far as coverage goes. I will tell you that show on Friday nights with Bakes and Lee is outstanding. Get you caught up in everything. They talk to some coaches from around the area. They'll do all that. It's a lot of fun. Bob, not much pressure on you today, but you got to make me smarter. You think you can handle it?
I think I can, but I don't think we're live on X right now.
We're not?
No.
Okay. So if you're on X, you
Are you
can't
sure?
hear us.
Well, at least in my feed, it's not coming up.
Let me see. Here, try in about 2 seconds, all right? I'm going to tag you in this tweet even, Carp.
Well, I pulled up the Morning Juice show handle.
No. It's on 97 The Fan.
Well, yesterday it wasn't.
I might have tweeted out both yesterday.
Oh, well then maybe that's
We're working through everything.
Okay, well I just went where I had it yesterday.
All right.
I'm
Bobby.
pretty simple.
Now will you make me smarter?
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, Bob. No pressure. Take it away, my friend.
Oh boy, it is. Is it here? It is Tuesday, October 14th, 287th day of the year. 78 days remaining in this 2025 as we cruise along here fairly quickly towards the end of the year. This date, 1908, the Cubs defeat the Tigers 2-0 to win the World Series. It was our last one until 2016, so quite a number of years on that drought there. 108 to be exact. 1912, Teddy Roosevelt is shot in the chest in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I believe he's at the fairgrounds there before giving his speech. Still delivered the speech.
Did he really?
Yeah. A shot in the chest is a long way from the heart.
Well, not really, I don't think, Bob, is it?
Yeah, well, he's tougher than you, Thitoff.
Oh, that's
He was called the Rough Rider. So,
how do you get shot in the chest and keep going?
well,
Back
because
then.
he just decided not to stop.
Just said, "I'm not
Didn't
gonna
kill
bleed"?
him. Yeah, no, I'll bleed. We'll just press on it and we'll be good.
Was a speech
Howard.
about gun violence?
I don't think it was.
Okay.
I don't think that was a thing back then. He was an avid hunter, so I
Yes, he
severely
was.
doubt that he was lobbying for that. A lot of presidential assassination attempts back in the day. In 1947, Captain Chuck Yeager breaks the sound barrier, reaching Mach 1.05. So barely creeping over the line, but able to get that done. 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis begins with pictures being taken of the ballistic missile sites set up in Cuba.
Acting, therefore, in the defense of our own security and of the entire Western Hemisphere, and under the authority entrusted to me by the Constitution, as endorsed by the resolution of the Congress, I have directed that the following initial steps be taken immediately. To halt this offensive buildup, a strict quarantine on all offensive military equipment under shipment to Cuba is being initiated. All ships of any kind bound for Cuba, from whatever nation or port, where they're found to contain cargoes of offensive weapons, be turned back. It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States, requiring a full retaliatory response upon the Soviet Union.
There we go. Fairly tumultuous time in the country's history. In 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. receives the Nobel Peace Prize. 1968, Jim Hines becomes the first man to break the 10-second 100-meter barrier with a time of 9:95.
Bob Hayes, 68, Olympic Games, 100-meter final. 3 Americans, 1 Cuban, 1 Jamaican, 1 Frenchman, 1 Canadian, 1 Madagascar. Way to go this time, Jim Hines with a good one, and also going well there is Mel Tender. It's Mel Tender, America, then it's Miller, and Miller is going well, and what a finish is it going to be, and Hines comes through! Hines wins his second Jolly Green, and look at the time there. Inside the world record pending at 9.9, and Jim Hines takes the gold medal.
There we go. Jim Hines taking the gold medal for the U.S. of A. This date, 1979, Wayne Gretzky scores his first NHL goal.
This is Wayne Gretzky in Edmonton, where the excitement is terrific. Our building's already sold out for the season. Believe me, it's great to be in Edmonton and in the National Hockey League.
Wayne Gretzky picked up a pair of assists, but failed to score through the first 2 games of his NHL career during the 1979-80 season. The Great One attempted to change that on October 14th, 1979, when the Edmonton Oilers hosted the Vancouver Canucks. With just over 1 minute left to play and the Oilers trailing 3-2, Gretzky found the back of the net.
I just came out and I kind of got it through his legs. He made a move early and I got it through his legs and it went in. But I remember thinking, oh my goodness, I finally scored. Take some pressure off myself.
Gretzky finished the season tied for 5th in the NHL with 51 goals and earned the first of his record 9 Hart trophies as league MVP.
There we go. This date, 1982, Ronald Reagan declares a war on drugs.
Well, now we're in another war for our freedom, and it's time for all of us to pull together again. So, for example, if your friend or neighbor or a family member has a drug or alcohol problem, don't turn the other way. Go to his help or to hers. Get others involved with you, clubs, service groups, and community organizations, and provide support and strength. And of course, many of you have been cured through treatment and self-help. Well, you're the combat veterans, and you have a critical role to play. You can help others by telling your story.
This is before Tiger Blood was a thing, right, Bob?
Yeah.
Because I think that great as Tiger Blood would fix it.
Charlie Sheen, I don't think he knew about his Tiger Blood then.
Yeah.
He was still probably on the fairly straight and narrow-ish
Straightish, yeah.
way. This date, 1990, Joe Montana throws, what at the time, NFL record, 6 touchdown passes in a 45-35 win over Atlanta. 1991, the New York Rangers right wing Mark Gartner is the first NHLer to score 500 goals. And in 2018, Steppenwolf plays their final show at 50 years after their debut.
I never
The only audio I could find, and I use the word audio loosely, is some people uploaded some YouTube videos of them just holding their phone, which was the best quality there. So
Yeah.
I had to grab just a snippet of the
That's
song.
all right.
There.
It's all right. I'm surprised from 2018 they didn't have anything from that.
I know.
Given that was their final show.
Yeah.
First, it's Steppenwolf. Let's tap the brakes on why we can't believe. Okay, but was it really their last show? Have they played since then?
Unknown.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm still pissed at the Who, but that's fine. I'm getting over
Why?
it now.
Why are you upset? What, you went to their final tour and then they had another?
No, me and some buddies did the pay-per-view thing for their final concert. We cobbled together like $19.95 is what the cost was to watch their final concert ever, Bob.
Cobbled together in 1995.
Yep.
What were you possibly doing that you had to cobble
Let's
together
see.
in 1995?
It was 1982, Bob. I was
Okay.
11.
Oh,
That was
okay.
That was their final concert. And we paid for it.
Okay.
And those almost did it there, Bode. Those guys are still touring. I paid for their final concert, Bob.
Well, you paid for what you thought was their final concert.
What they said was their final concert.
Well, they still had the love for the game. You know.
The love for money is what they want. Another 1995 for me. You know what? Good luck, boys.
Well.
Come get it. My cold dead hands.
There you go. Some birthdays today. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, born on this date, 1890.
Dead.
Bodie, any idea?
Oh,
It's like 34, 33, 34.
It's not like 34. It is
34. But we don't give him full credit for that because he tried to give a second answer to back
That's
himself
okay.
up.
He was right with his first. First is always, usually inclination is correct.
We got a 34
Yeah.
number that comes to mind. Then Bodie, or
Paul
not?
Pierce.
There we
Yeah.
go. Paul Pierce. Thank you.
Coming out of the wheelchair.
Yes, and straight into the drunk tank.
Perfect.
Take a nap.
Who was between Eisenhower and JFK?
Was that was it
Nobody, I don't think.
Was he 35?
Yeah.
I was
It was
thinking-
Truman, Eisenhower, JFK, right?
Okay, I was thinking JFK was 36. I guess
Lyndon B. Johnson,
Well,
36.
yeah, he took over.
35 and a half.
Yeah.
Then 36. Yeah.
he took over.
Yeah.
I mean, if I would have forgotten that, I wouldn't have got AJ and Laura's costume, who were JFK and Jackie O post gunshot.
No, they weren't.
Yeah. What, too soon? 60 years? No, I mean, when is the statute of limitations up?
That's true.
I've watched the video. They've done
listen.
a lot of stuff on it now. I mean, we're releasing some of the files. What are
Not
we
to give
talking-
the movie away from Oliver Stone, but JFK does die in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, gets shot in the head in the back of a car in Dallas, Texas. Down in the square. They have a big X actually where he got hit. So, I mean, it's kind of
Got
memorialized
hit
a
in the
little
head,
bit.
didn't he?
It's a long way from the heart.
Making a speech.
John Wooden, the legendary basketball coach, born on this date, 1910.
I forgot to write it on a sheet, Bob, but I got a cut for you here on John Wooden.
I was raised on a small farm in southern Indiana, and Dad tried to teach me and my brothers that you should never try to be better than someone else. I'm sure at the time he did that, it didn't. Well, somewhere, I guess, in the hidden recesses of the mind, it popped out years later. Never try to be better than someone else. Always learn from others. And never cease trying to be the best you could be. That's under your control. And if you get too engrossed and involved and concerned in regard to the things over which you have no control, it will adversely affect the things over which you have control. Then I ran across this simple verse that said, "At God's footstool to confess, a poor soul knelt and bowed his head. I failed," he cried. "The Master said, thou didst thy best." That is success. From those things and one other perhaps, I coined my own definition of success, which is peace of mind attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable.
Do the best of which you're capable. I was just surprised I didn't see him on the list, Bodie. I was like,
Yeah,
because
got
he's
to write that in
got
there.
a lot of memorable speeches and some big things there. Thitoff, what are your thoughts on John Wooden? Because as the older I've gotten, I've heard more about how they said he allegedly paid players at UCLA at the end, and that was all documented.
I think
that's fairly accurate.
I think that's fairly accurate that UCLA, I'm not sure how much role he personally played in it, but I think
People
he
played roles in it.
I think he knew about it, and I don't think he tried to
Tangentially
shut
knew.
it down. So, but when you go to that, Bob, and we can use...
Is that like the Walton and Lou Alcindor days, or is that at the end? Or?
I would think that it happened early, like around the Walton Alcindor time, also a little before, like around the time Alcindor was there. But I will say this, Bob, and this goes to your discussion whenever we talk about steroids. Like, I think everyone was paying players some way, shape, or form. I think Woody paid players in some way. Not Not overtly. I don't think Woody's out there giving out, bags of money. But when players needed something, I think that he was there for them, which was against NCAA rules at the time.
So you're okay with that, but not okay with the argument on the steroids where everybody was doing
right.
it. So it's justified.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
But Bob, because
Glad
steroids,
that you're the moral arbiter in this.
Bob, the steroids ruined baseball for me.
Okay, so way to be selfish. I enjoyed watching those home runs.
You may have enjoyed it, but I was a big guy on baseball numbers, and I still want Hank Aaron to be the home run
of the
king.
numbers.
That's huge.
That's the worst thing. I can't handle
and I bought into Roger Clemens. I really thought Roger Clemens wasn't juicing.
Yeah, because he's the only guy that had the stones to pay Jose Canseco to leave him out of the book.
But I'm just saying, though, Bob, like he showed these workouts, him and that McNamee guy, whatever his name was.
So that's why his career turned around. He was 3-time Cy Young winner, was in the tank, and then all of a sudden came back and won 4 more in mid to late 30s.
You know what? Maybe I should look at myself. Maybe I'm the biggest Russian or judgment.
There you go.
I'm just
that
saying.
Might be true.
They fooled me. Fooled me once, shame on me. Fooled me twice, strike 3.
More Russian more than Putin.
Putin.
Roger Moore.
Oh.
007, born on this date, 1927.
Miss Anders, I didn't recognize you with the clothes on.
You are very suspicious, Mr. Bond.
Oh, I find I live much longer that way.
Do you know him?
Not socially. His name's Jaws. He kills people.
You have a nasty habit of surviving.
Oh, you know what they say about the fittest?
You're not a sportsman, Mr. Bond. Why did you break off the encounter with my pet python?
I discovered he had a crush on me. Maybe I misjudged Stromberg. Any man who drinks Dom Perignon 52 can't be all bad. Yes, well, you wouldn't have a smaller piece of thread than that, would you, Curious? Somebody seems to have stuck a knife in my wallet.
Oh, they missed you. What a pity.
Hang on, James.
The thought had occurred to me.
There we go.
He was in another famous movie, Bob. You know which one he was in, don't you? Another famous movie that Roger Moore was in.
I didn't even know Roger. Well, I remembered him as James Bond, but yeah, I mean, is he more memorable than Sean Connery as James Bond?
I don't think so, but Roger Moore is more memorable for being in Cannonball Run.
I have no idea he was in there.
See, that's what I'm saying there, Bob. You got to do a deep dive. You can't just watch the hits.
Can't just. I thought you said Cannonball Run was the hits.
It was. I'm saying, it's an underground hit.
Okay.
It's not a well-regarded
underground hit.
That's what it is.
Famous fashion designer Ralph Lauren turning 86 today, and Charlie Joyner, the Hall of Famer, part of the Air Coryell Chargers offense, turning 78 today.
His most inspirational performance came in the face of adversity on the final week of the 1979 season. With San Diego needing a win to clinch a division title, Joyner came up lame against the Broncos.
Next thing I know, I couldn't run. It was very painful to run because I had a deep thigh contusion. So I went in the locker room and they worked on it and I came back. And about 2 or 3 plays when I come back, I caught a short pass and was trying to turn upfield and was stumbling, and Tom Jackson hit me extremely hard, and I come up with about 10 stitches across the right eye. So right after that, I guess I had a slight concussion. I just couldn't remember things. But I remember getting stitched up in the locker room, and I kind of remember coming back on the field. But after that, I just went through the motions, I guess. I don't remember catching a touchdown pass. I really don't.
We're tied at 7. We've just started the second half. Bounce the quarterback, back to throw, pumps, looking, fires it long downfield. He's got Joyner, touchdown.
San Diego fans celebrated their first championship in 25 years, then saluted the man whose courage made the difference.
Bob,
that's back when the game was real, when you might not remember what you did when you played. Had to go watch
thigh contusion.
Yeah, you had to go watch the film.
Doc told me I can't play.
Gave a speech still. But Bob, the Fouts, famously back in the '83 draft that was going on in the Colts.
Dan Pouts on this show.
No, we don't call. He was a legend, Bob.
It's fine. And he can still be Dan Pouts. Did you ever listen to that call of Ohio State Miami?
Yes, I know. The Chargers were trying to get John Elway to get rid of Fouts things. There was a contract dispute, but they ended up doing a deal with him to stick around there back in '83. But on October 12th, so this is Sunday, Mahomes passed Dan Fouts and one other player to become 24th all-time in regular season touchdown passes.
Okay.
Remember I told you I got that football autograph by
Dan
Gale
Fouts
Sayers?
And one other player.
Listen, Gale Sayers, Jack Ham, and Kajana Carter. That's the equivalent of this because now it was Mahomes, Fouts, and Andy Dalton. So he just passed Dalton on that list, too.
Bengals legend.
Oh, no.
Cowboys legend.
He was something.
Long may he reign. Buckeye legend Jim Jackson turning 55 today.
Pick in the 1992 draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Jimmy Jackson from Ohio State University.
Jimmy Jackson, who's with us here in Portland. He has family members with him, as do most of the players are here. His dad, James Jackson Sr., and his mom, Sandra Jackson, with him. Jimmy Jackson from Ohio State, 6'4", 220 pounds, hometown Toledo, Ohio. Jimmy Jackson is 21 years old, Big Ten Player of the Year for the second consecutive season. Now let's meet Jimmy Jackson. He's with Greg Sager.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, you had a great collegiate career, one that could have continued another year instead of ending with that overtime loss to Michigan, a game away from the Final Four. How emotional was the decision, and what were you thinking about walking up here?
Well, first of all, it was so emotional because my teammates back at school were so close. It was a family atmosphere, and when I saw them that day, when I announced that I was going to leave, that was one of the toughest decisions or statements that I made. And that overtime loss got to me, but Michigan is a great team, and they played well that day.
Both teams played hard.
They did.
Jimmy Jackson, 14 NBA seasons. Do you have any idea how many teams he played for?
I'm going to say 12.
It's an NBA record, by the way.
That's more than 12.
Gosh, if he played 14 years, 15.
I'm going to say 16.
Played for 13. There was a number of players that he held it with 12. To pull that up and take a peek at it, but him crossing over into that 14, that got it done for him.
Jeff Green might be 13. Making a run for his money there.
Okay, here's the question.
He's played for.
Okay, that's the one NBA record Jimmy Jackson owns. Fair?
Yeah, it's fair. Jimmy Jackson's a great guy, though. Are you going to besmirch the good name of Jimmy Jackson?
Jimmy Jackson, right even though he beat Brookhaven that 1 year for his chance to state title. That's okay. No, I'm getting past that, Bob. But anyway, if somebody passes Jimmy Jackson's record or ties him, what would stop him from signing a one-day contract to retire with a new team? Like ceremoniously, would that count?
I don't know if that counts. Like Cam Atkinson's going to sign a contract with the Jackets to retire. Right. I don't know if we're counting that as a new team. He held the NBA record with 12 teams. It was tied with Joe Smith, Tony Masonberg, Chucky Brown, and Ish Smith. Check that.
I remember him.
Never mind. I thought I read this wrong. Ish Smith is the one who played with the Nuggets for his 13th team, so he ended up breaking it in 22 and 23. So Jimmy only played for 12.
NBA champ then. Good for him.
Yeah. And at the right time. My goodness, wild to see that. I remember him playing for a lot of teams, but not that many. Usher, the famed R&B singer, turning 47 today.
Peace up, A-Town.
Okay.
That's Lil Jon.
I know.
Okay.
I can't do Usher. If I can do Usher, I do Usher. I can do Lil Jon. We're going to Lil Jon. Lil. No T's. Lil.
He was just in, what commercial was he just in? They had like a Venmo credit card. I forget what it was. It was on during one of the games. And is that Lil Jon's like 50-something. I was amazed that he made it that long.
Didn't we just
had
hit his birthday recently?
Yeah. I think we did hit his birthday recently.
Okay.
Well, at least within the last year.
Thank you, Bob. Good call.
Born in 1993, recently assassinated Charlie Kirk. And passing away on this date in 1977, Bing Crosby. Some holidays and observances today. We have National Dessert Day.
Ooh.
Maybe National Desert Day. Which would you want better?
Oh, I'd like a dessert in the desert.
Like a dessert in the desert? Which one has one S?
One S is desert.
Yeah, two because you'd rather have the dessert.
Right.
It's National Dessert Day. Spider-Man Day, how about that? And World Standards Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances. For this date, October 14th, the 287th day of the year, 78 days remaining in this 2025.
Well done, as always, General. Bo, did you have your poll question for today? Because I think I have one. Okay. What's on National Dessert Day, what's your favorite dessert?
A lot of options.
It goes all the way. Think that goes across the shows there, Bo.
It definitely does.
You can't say it doesn't.
I'd say that's our speed.
I'd say that's our speed also. Coming up next, a interesting twist in the James Franklin buyout deal. We'll talk about that next. Morning Juice.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better, you've earned it.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greensons.com for all your Kubota needs.
In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice. Bob, we know that James Franklin's buyout, $49 million of Penn State. But because of some wording in his contract, the famous offset language.
Yeah, they said that was in there.
Right. So this was interesting to me, though. Here's what it says in his 2021 contract extension. I got this from Front Office Sports. Should coach obtain such applicable employment prior to the date's contract otherwise have expired, the university's obligation to make payments to coach will be offset by the total compensation earned by coach from such applicable new position through the end of the otherwise unexpired terms of the agreement. And there's also language there is known as the duty to mitigate, which says once terminated, coach is obligated to diligently search for and make a good faith effort.
Why do you think Thad Matta took a couple interviews intermittently?
That's what I'm going to ask you about now. And obtain appropriate position for a skill set. It says, i.e. coaching, scouting, and broadcasting only. Coaching, scouting, and broadcasting. They got broadcasting in there, too. Which
maybe we can hire him.
That was surprising to me that they did that. And provide the university upon request with evidence that he is seeking such employment.
Schleg's offset language in his contract had like any type of W-2 employment.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's required to make good faith efforts to obtain the maximum reasonable salary at his new job.
Yeah.
So how hard do you look if you're James Franklin?
I don't know. How hard do you look for money in the couch cushions?
Well,
only when you need it.
He gets a base salary of $500,000 a year, additional compensation of $6.5 million a year, and $1 million per year life insurance policy coverage between now and the end of the 2031 season when his deal would have expired. That amounts to about $48 million. He's also the rest of the money this year, which brings it somewhere between $48 and $50 million. So when we heard about the buyout, a lot of people, would say, "Oh yeah, now he gets paid $50 million to do nothing." He still has to go out there and look around, and he has to show he's looking for jobs. But like that other line in there too, that's kind of I don't want to say it works against the fact that it's got to be.
Coach, he could send them in like his monster.com searches.
Yeah,
and that would qualify. It's so like the enforceability of that is so like you're not looking diligently enough for a job. Like, well, I had a job and you chose to fire me, and so I'm looking for jobs, but all of them pale in comparison because I'm not going to find something. Well, I mean, he could find something that makes more than that, but no matter how much he makes, over $7 million, the only thing that he's really earning is the net between whatever the delta between his current job and that $7 million. If not, you're working for free, which you can do that. And there's people I know that do that. And guys take jobs all the time because they just want to stay in the working and stay in the mix. But I mean, that's the reality of it, the financial elements of it.
If I were petty.
You are petty.
That's fine. If I were
Don't say if I were.
Okay.
Say since I'm petty.
Since I'm petty. If I were James Franklin, the first thing I would do is I'd send a resume into Penn State applying for like some quality control coach.
Yeah.
And what's your salary demands? $48 million. And just apply for that. And if there's a professor position to open up, apply for that. Something like that. Or say, I want to be the play-by-play voice of Penn State football. Here's my resume. What's your salary requirements? $48 million. And just keep doing that. Find different positions within the athletic department.
That's how you spend your days.
That's what I would do, Bobby, while counting my money like Scrooge McDuck in a vault with a bunch of gold coins.
That sounds like a pretty miserable existence.
I don't know, Bobby. Sounds to me like it could be dreamy.
Somebody paid you $48 million to basically do it.
Yeah.
It's probably worth it.
For you
do you think
just,
he'll be coaching next year?
I think we'll have opportunities.
Yeah.
It's a function
Power
of
four level opportunities.
Yeah, I think it's
lower
just,
Power Four though, right?
I don't know about that.
I mean, not top tier Power Four program. I wouldn't think.
I said I'm not sure about that.
I've heard Carolina's name floated around.
Carolina still has a coach.
I know they do.
For now.
I know.
There are a couple of other jobs that may come open where I could see there being interest there on both sides of it. And some of it's going to be is once this coaching carousel opens up, there's going to be jobs that we don't know that are open,
right?
That he could potentially take. And so that's how that's all going to work. I mean, I think there might be a couple of other Big Ten jobs that come open. I think he might be able to do really well at UCLA. Now, if they're willing to dedicate the resources to it, I think that he would work down there. I don't know that he would work in the SEC just because he's not from there. He was at Vanderbilt for 3 years. But Vanderbilt's not like your traditional SEC school.
Not even close.
I don't know that he would be that wrong for Florida. Now, I don't know that they would want to admit that he would be good for them, but I think that he probably would, assuming he could assemble a staff and they would be able to give him the resources like they have Billy Napier and everything else. But Florida hasn't won anything in 15 years or longer. Like they think that they're there, but they're really not. They've been in a 15-year rebuild. Like they haven't had like consecutive 10-win seasons. I think they played for like an SEC championship intermittently since Urban left, but they've been through a multitude of coaches and they have not built a program. James Franklin's proven that he can build programs. Can he win you the big game? Well, maybe not, but they're not even to the point. That's the problem.
They don't play in big games.
They're delusional enough to think that like they're on the doorstep when, dudes, you might have just pulled up to the house. Okay, like you're still in the car.
Going in the neighborhood.
Yes, like we turned into the neighborhood. And we think that we're like knocking on the door. You're not. Okay, there's still a lot of things that need to happen first.
You brought that up about Florida and the fact how much they haven't won lately.
Lately?
Okay.
I mean, they haven't won since the kids they're recruiting have been alive.
Can we say
so? That's
something,
all they remember.
Can we say the same thing about Penn State?
Penn State has been in big games, though.
They've been in big games. They haven't won big games.
Florida hasn't been in any big games because they haven't been good enough to qualify it as a big game. Both teams have to be good.
So do you think that Penn State is more highly regarded than Florida? And is it close?
I don't know. It depends on what you're looking for in a job. Penn State is in a much better situation than Florida was. I know that because they started off the season ranked in the top 5. Florida, where did they start?
Well, but they're both in the same spot now.
Yes, but they're not. Well, actually, they're not. Billy Napier they still have a head coach at Florida.
That's fair. I'm talking about just like record-wise.
There is a much better foundation.
Okay.
Last year, they played for a Big Ten championship. We're in the college football semifinal. And it wasn't like they got smoked
that one
by
in for 'em, Bob?
They lost an interception. Okay? But it wasn't like they got blasted. Penn State or Florida would have died to have been in that situation.
Well, sure they would have, yeah. No doubt. I agree
That's
with
my point. That's why they're not in the same situation.
Which one, though, which one do you think is easier?
And you've got to look at this. You've got to remove the prism of what you've looked at over the last 40 years and look at it over the last 10.
Okay.
Because that's what recruits are looking at it now, and that's how it's presently being viewed. This isn't a job that you view like Danny Werfel and Spurrier and those guys and Urban Meyer, Tebow. Like those days, they're done. They're finished.
Over. I think Florida probably has the higher ceiling, though.
I think
probably,
they do too.
But that's fine. They can have the higher ladder, but you still got to climb it.
I often talk about how Ohio State's done such a great job of hiring head coaches since Woody, and how they've had such a great run there.
1951.
Right. Well, in 1950,
handful of losing seasons.
Penn State hired Rip Ingalls. Rip was there for 16 years, compiled a winning percentage of .679. So 1950 was when Engel was hired. Then you had Paterno. Then you had Bradley as like the interim kind of thing right there. It wasn't really hired. He was an interim coach. Then you had O'Brien and then Franklin. So since 1950, they've only had to hire a few head coaches there at Penn State. Now they're doing it again. So they've also had a pretty good run on that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where Penn State ranks as far as prestige of football program.
Okay, so here's the one thing. They have a lot of money.
Okay.
They're in the Big Ten. They're in the 6th most populated state, I believe, in the country.
Okay.
They have they have big donors. They're in the middle of a $700 million renovation. I think people are willing to spend and invest in the program. Indigenous talent base is good, not elite. Pittsburgh isn't what it used to be. Philadelphia is pretty good. They used to do really well in the Baltimore, D.C. area, New York, New Jersey area, and they're still good over there. Ohio State has made a lot of inroads in, and so has Miami and some other places. So they have some hurdles and obstacles there, but they still have a lot of inherent advantages. But I would argue this. I mean, Penn State, Joe Paterno was Penn State football.
Sure.
The same way that Bobby Bowden built Florida State football. And so outside of those two guys, like those two schools don't exist in the football spectrum without them. Whereas a lot of these other schools have had multiple guys that have come through and had success over their history. Even a school like Miami that is much more recent had more success. But if you go look at Florida, we'll go from 2024 descending 8-5, 5-7, 6-7, 6-7, 8-4, 11-2, 10-3, 4-7, 9-4, 10-4, 7-5, 4-8, 11-2, 7-6, 1, 2, 3 wins, double digit in 15 years.
Do you think?
Okay, 3 wins, double digit wins, and they made the SEC championship 4 times, won none of them. Finished no higher than 6th. And that was Dan Mullen, he had the best run. 10 wins, 11 wins, 8 wins, SEC championship. Next year, 6-7, they fired his ass.
Coming up next, quick hitters, Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. The thing I like about sports is that it prepares you for life, especially team sports. Surrounding yourself with the right people, letting them do their job makes you better. Riverside Bank doesn't have a ton of people, but their people have a ton of experience and know how to get the job done. They're all about quality over quantity. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they win with people.
A team's success can be directly tied to the quality of its players, coaches, and leadership. In sports and in business, talent alone doesn't win. It's why we focus on building strong relationships with our clients and why we strive to always offer the best advice, the best products, and the best customer service for our clients.
Thanks, Travis. We want them to focus on their business and their people and let us handle their banking needs.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or even online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lexi spent more than 6 years in foster care.
Before I was adopted, I felt alone.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Lexi now has a forever family and the foundation for a bright future.
Adoption changed me for the better. I feel like I can be whoever I want to be.
You can help find permanent homes for children still lingering in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a common seasonal virus, but it can have major implications on a patient's heart health. Most RSV cases involve mild cold-like symptoms, but up to 160,000 adults are hospitalized each year for more serious cases. And RSV can escalate chronic health issues. If you're over the age of 60, talk to your doctor to find out if the new RSV vaccine is right for you. And learn more at heart.org/RSV.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
Yeah, that's why my knees hurt. All right, Bob. This is late, but better late than never, I always say.
You always say that?
Yes, whenever I show up late to something.
Well, you hear the sound, you know what time it is. You know it's a Tuesday, you know it's an appetizer Tuesday, and that means the featured appetizer at Roosters, well, it's going to be $3 all day long. And the featured appetizer on this August 14th, out of my house yesterday, they are delicious. They are Roosters onion feathers. They are delicious. Battered onion petals, fried, golden brown, and served with a side of plucking sauce. They're delicious. They're tasty, and they're $3 all day long. You go to the Roosters Buckeye giveaway. You have one more drawing today. If you hurry up and register, you can still probably get in for their unbelievable trips, game experiences, and everything else. And we're going to be giving away a $50 gift card in about an hour from now. So stay locked in here on Morning Juice.
And in all likelihood, Bob, fair to say, it'll be tied into something Schlegs will say. And that's what he said thing. In all likelihood.
I challenge you to say something so outlandish that people will remember it.
I never say things outlandish, Bobby. I am vanilla, right down the line. I never say it's going to be controversial. I would think most people agree with all of my takes. Let's do some quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
He's Buddy Wells.
Happy Tuesday, fellas. We'll start with college basketball. So we're now just under 3 weeks away from the start of the 2025-26 season getting underway. It'll be Monday, November 3rd. It's when all the action gets started. On that night, the Buckeyes host IU Indianapolis. Get ready for that one. Tip-off is at 6:30 at Value City Arena. With the season inching closer, though, comes the debut of the AP Top 25 poll, which was released on Monday afternoon. Here's what we've got. For the first time in school history, the Boilermakers of Purdue come in at number 1. First time in school history for the preseason poll. They have been number 1 in the regular season. They're followed by Houston, the defending champion Florida Gators, coming at number 3. UConn, and then our boy, Richard Pitino, also known as Rick Pitino, in that white suit. St. John's in the top 5 there at number 5. Other Big Ten teams in the rankings, the Michigan Wolverines are number 7. UCLA is number 12. Illinois is number 17. Michigan State is 22nd, and Wisconsin is number 24. The Buckeyes, they earned 23 others receiving votes, so that put them at number 30 in the rankings if they went that far. Ohio State will face just one ranked team in the preseason poll in their non-conference slate. That is number 25 North Carolina on Saturday, December 20th. That game will be in the CBS Sports Classic. Tito, can Jake Diebler's squad, what do you think? Is that 30th sound about right? Can they be better than 30th over the course of the regular season here, you think?
I think they can, and I know because I am hoping that Diebler from their mistakes with the transfer portal last year. I think they did. They went last year, Bob, in the portal. A lot of guys that were highly rated but underperforming at their other schools. Guys like Bradshaw out there at Kentucky. And I think this year they've gone a different route with like guys who have already produced at other schools that are now showing up. Now, I'm curious how that will all translate, Bob, once this regular season gets underway. Because they've got the makeup of a potentially strong tournament team when you've got that, you got Bruce Thornton back there. You've got leadership of savvy veteran scoring guard.
Oh yeah. Feeling good about that?
I do, Bob. I'm like I say, I'm optimistic about it. I was really excited last year with all these guys. I got, oh my God, this guy's a 5-star. This guy's a 5-star. This guy's a 5-star. And they all have no stars.
You got enabled with recruiting prowess. This is what someone told me about, like wishing and potential. Crap in one hand and wish in the other and see which one fills up first. All right? That's a little bit about potential.
Huh.
All right? You know what Kurt Signetti goes about? Give me production. That's what you want. Give me production. And you know what? It seemed to work out pretty well for the Indiana Hoosiers. I don't care about stars.
Yeah.
I care about guys that make plays, guys that want to work. Put the film on.
I want
Google
winners.
me, B.
Google me. But Bob, it feels like there's a different vibe to this year's team, don't you think? I mean, last year it seemed like with all the stuff that went on with like Michi not playing, and then Bradshaw being invisible, it seemed to me like it's just I was excited last year.
Bradshaw had some issues off the court and some injury stuff, and
he also wasn't very good.
I was saying, also very soft.
Good. With all due respect.
Charmin. That's what he was. He was Charmin on that one.
You're going to be 7 foot and not get a rebound.
Right, yeah.
Put your street clothes on.
Yes, exactly.
College football here, guys. Who's going to be the next head football coach at Penn State? Per Bet Online, a guy already coaching in the Big Ten is the favorite to land the job.
Rule.
That would be Nebraska's Matt Rule. Asked
Ryan
about
Day.
that on my and right behind him is Lincoln Riley and Dan Lanning for the job. Asked about that on Monday during his weekly press conference. The former walk-on for the Nittany Lions, Rule, responded by saying, "This place is elite." When talking about Nebraska, he continued, "And I want to be a great father, and I want to be a great football coach." I don't know if that has anything to do with Penn State or Nebraska, but nevertheless. And so I'm not going to talk about other job openings when they come up. I absolutely love it here, and I just want us to continue to take the steps needed for us to turn this thing into a beast and have players all across the country want to come here with the best facilities. We have elite fans. I'm just looking at the future, but again, I love that place, talking about Penn State. I love Pat, their AD there in Happy Valley, and I love James Franklin, and I am sad that came to an end. I wish him the absolute best, but I'm really happy here. Bobby, I can't imagine if you're a Cornhusker fan hearing all those comments. Probably doesn't make you feel super great if you want Rule to stay there.
But I don't know. What's ironic is someone goes, he has to go back, right? And I tell people this: never underestimate the allure of home and the emotional connection you have to places like that. Having played there, being an alum, wanted to see it do well. Ironically, though, he replaced a guy who would be doing the same, who try to do the same thing that he would attempt to do and not nearly as successful. And the thing is, when you go home, if it doesn't work out, well, then it doesn't always end very well, i.e. Scott Frost. So I don't know that he will take this job. I don't know that he won't take it. Like, it'll be interesting. It's a good job. It's probably better than Nebraska. Here's the thing. He's finally kind of turned the corner a little bit with Nebraska. And so do you want to go there and try to start again? And there's going to be a lot of people that have a lot of ideas. Now, you're one of them. One of us. One of us. So maybe you'll get a little more leeway and you have some opportunity. But he's kind of already weathered a lot of the storm in Nebraska. And I think they're probably going to win 8 or 9 games this year. And, like, you're finally on the cusp. Like, they're on the doorstep. They are getting there to where they can go win and potentially challenge for maybe getting in the playoff and things like that. I don't know. Everybody has their own selection set that they value. You know, I know this. I mean, went to school there. People don't like to usually, I tell people, don't mess with Happy. And this is what my always thing was with Ryan, him being here when people thought that he was going to leave to go to the NFL. Like, I can't tell you that he won't leave here, but I can tell you I know his family, they were happy here 50 weeks a year for the most part. But he enjoys not having to move. When you had to move as much as he did early on, 3 times in 4 years, and you have a family, like, the stability that they get from being someplace is really nice. So trying to balance that, I don't know. I can't sit there and tell you what he values. I think he'll explore it. It's something he'll probably have to think about a lot. He's the favorite for a reason, but I wouldn't say it's a slam dunk.
Bob, they could have a 10-win season this year.
That's what I'm saying. You look at their schedule, like they're
5-1. They're at Minnesota this week. I know you like those Friday night games, 8:00 on the road against Minnesota, and then they've got Northwestern at home, USC at home, at UCLA, at Penn State, host Iowa.
USC's the only game they won't be favored in.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. They'll be favored at Penn State for sure. But so if let's say they lose USC,
probably
with the rest
early
of
odds flipped on that, but
10-2 at that point, that's
playoff edge.
It is playoff edge, Bob.
You know, if they beat USC, then there's a good chance. Now, some of that's due to their schedule being fairly flaccid, but you know what? Take what you got.
They only lost to Michigan by 3 at home. They did beat Cincinnati in the non-conference, and the Bearcats have looked pretty strong. They need them to probably keep winning.
If Cincinnati becomes a 9 or 10 win team, which they very well could, they've got a pretty good schedule too. So.
Yeah, it makes you on Nebraska what they do here, because you're right. Rule he did see it through all the the negative side of things, the darkness.
I mean, Andy Dufresne didn't crawl through that tunnel to go back and get in the tunnel one more time, just because it had maybe a better place on the outside. Like, you already crawled through it all. Like, you've kind of built it here. You've dealt with all the nonsense, and you're going to have to deal with that there again.
Would you like that hire for Penn State?
I think it would be good.
Yeah.
I like Matt Rule. I think he's a good coach.
Yeah.
I know Ryan and him coach together. I think they both think very highly of each other and what they're able to do. I think that would be a good hire for them. You know, I think they're a little crazy with who they think they can bring in, but I mean, money talks right now, and there is an element now where I think college, NFL, they're kind of merging a little bit, and you can probably get some things going, but I don't know.
Staying with college football here, after a tumultuous week of noise surrounding the program, North Carolina's head coach Bill Belichick called rumors of his exit out of Chapel Hill categorically false in his weekly press conference yesterday on Monday. He said, quote, reports about my looking for a buyout or trying to leave here is categorically false. There's zero truth to any of that. I'm glad I'm here. We're working toward our goals. We believe very much in the process. We need to just keep working and grinding away, and that's exactly what we're doing. Something that probably doesn't happen in most college football press conferences in a given week, but nevertheless, it happened at this one. North Carolina's athletic director, Bubba Cunningham, was at Bill's side during the presser, and he also added, there's a steeper learning curve than we all anticipated. The gap between expectations and performance is more. It's more severe than what we expected, and that's what creates a lot of attention. The Tar Heels, they're on the road on Friday night this week against Atlantic Coast Conference member California. Kickoff is at 10:30 on Friday night out there in Berkeley. Tito, what do you think here? Are you buying what Bill's saying, or do you still think this could be a one and done?
I think it's Odin. I think he's one and done. I can't see him coming back. It's been a disaster there. that he can say all he wants about.
Why would he leave, though?
Why would? Well, I'm not saying. I'm sorry. I think it'll be one and done. I'm not sure why he would leave. Maybe because it's not. I think
they
he'll
owe
negotiate
him
a buyout.
$20 million more dollars.
Well, they can negotiate that down though if they wanted to.
Why would you take less?
Because it's embarrassing what North Carolina's become.
Why would you take less?
He may just want to be done with it.
I mean,
then fire me and give me $20 million.
I know, but
you guys look at this from a perspective of like, hey, if I was gonna fire you, like, hey, we want to fire you. Okay, well then pay me the rest of whatever. Well, I'll take less than that. No, you're not going to take less.
Well, it might get to a point though, Bob, where North
Carolina
decides,
doesn't have a ton of money. Like they have a good amount, but I don't know if they have that. And they went in deep in the bag. They guess they're championing their high school recruiting class. I don't know. I don't think Bill has anything else to do. I think he would leave for an NFL job. I don't think any of those are knocking at the door.
I don't think he'll coach the NFL again.
That's my point. Yeah. So why would he ever take a buyout on this?
Just because he doesn't want to. Because he doesn't have to.
If he just doesn't want to do it anymore.
Right.
What else does Bill do, dude? I'm going to tell you this.
Be a 7-year-old man and go hang out with Jordan on the beach.
He can do that now and just not care. He did. He took the bye week off and went to Martha's Vineyard, which I had never thought he would do in a million years.
Has this tarnished his image, you think?
No. People forget.
You remember Bill Walsh coaching at Stanford?
Yeah, I do. I remember he had a couple of mediocre years.
Remember Lou Holtz coaching the Jets?
Well, I was 2 years old.
That's what I'm saying. But nobody remembers that stuff. At the end, you gloss over. Michael Jordan with the Wizards.
How did Kobe's career end? Well, technically, the last few years, those Lakers teams were terrible.
They were terrible.
But you ask most people that question, it's like, oh, he had 61 in that last game with the Lakers, and he won 5 championships. But
that's all you remember. You gloss over the bad.
Coming up next, folks, buckle up. Schleg Day, Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
As we wonder why our kids are struggling, someone is getting bullied. As we discuss how to improve their mental health, someone is being harassed on social media. As we wonder why they're skipping school, someone is crying themselves to sleep. Knowing the signs is the best way to prevent bullying.
Please just leave me alone.
Learn the signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
I thought mixing bleach with my floor cleaner would take the stain out.
When my youngest ate the dog's medicine, that was a new one.
I was trying to protect my garden, but I accidentally sprayed myself with pesticide.
So I called 1-800-222-1222, the poison helpline.
A poison expert helped me figure out what to do next.
I was connected to someone who spoke Spanish.
They answered my questions.
It was free.
It was confidential.
It was real help in real time.
Keep the poison experts in your pocket. 1-800-222-1222.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio Sports Desk.
I think.
Bring him on.
Let's just do it. He's Anthony Schlegel. He's gas station ready. We clearly are not. Good morning, Schlegs. From what I can.
You can't even play my dadgum opening music, Tito.
I'm trying. Don't blame me.
Schleg Day.
It's a Schleg
It doesn't matter. It's Schleg Day. We're getting bumpy. I'm actually on my way right now. Check out
the best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Sonora Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's war for you.
Sugar Sonora.
Where you headed, Schlegs?
How about that? I'm checking out some squat bars, man. Safety squat bars. Hey, I like a lot of bars. I like different things. I like to spice it up, you know? Sugar Sonora, that sounds like that could be like a song. Sugar Sonora, you know, like something like that.
Schleg, are you surprised that Penn State has moved on from James Franklin?
I was, not because of the buyout. People don't understand. I saw that number and I laughed because everybody in their contract you have to try to get another job in their contract. And whether or not you go to the media and you make $1 million from the media, well, over the course of your contract, that's going to go against what they would have to pay you out. So I was surprised in respect to they had one of the best recruiting classes in the country. And you just went to the college football semifinals last year. Bob and I discussed in the show, it's like, you know, could you do better? Maybe. Could you do worse? Absolutely. You can. So I didn't necessarily know why it had to happen now. But if you think, hey, UCLA is not a bad football team, and they had your number. Granted, they're 0-4. Nobody's ever done that. But then you have Northwestern again. I mean, 3 weeks ago, we're talking about they could be the number 2 team in the country. Win it all. We knew their hang-ups as a team. The quarterback play, the ability on the wide receiver, the defense not being where it needed to be. We also saw that same thing at Ohio State, Jim Knowles' first year. It got better over the course of 3 seasons, but takes some time to install because it is somewhat, I'm not going to say it's difficult to learn, but there's a lot of memorizing. There's a lot of other things that you have to get, nuances that you have to get used to. And it just didn't come to fruition for him in big games or consistent play as far as like at the highest of high levels. And so they decided to make a change. I've heard some rumblings about whether or not Adidas was involved. I don't know about that. But the biggest question up in the air is, who are you going to go get? And if you're Kurt Signetti, why would you leave Indiana? You might, they got deeper pockets in the money. Says who? If you continue to win there. And what if you don't want to just go somewhere and chase that and you built something. So how about continue to build it? I don't know. So anyways, that's the thing with college athletics. It's great.
It's funny. How much do you think, Schlegs, he became a victim of expectations? This year they were all in. They put all this investment in. You had a quarterback back, running backs back. Like, they had the full complement there, and they had invested in this. They brought in Jim Knowles, and it was supposed to be the year that they kicked the door in. And losing to Oregon, I don't think, is a crime, but they'd always beaten every other team. And then at some point, James Franklin failed to get his guys ready. Either they turned him off or, for whatever reason, they looked like a different team those next couple weeks.
They did. And that's why when people make a change, I was surprised because of the recruiting class. I was surprised because of, when the guy was there, I think they went 10 wins season 7 times in a row. I think sometimes, too, here's the deal. Bill O'Brien was there during some tumultuous times. But he left, went to the Texans. That program wasn't like, they're always a contender. It was, they were a good team that could be good once in a while. And he made them somewhat consistent, but his matchups versus top 25 teams even was basically 500, maybe even slightly. I think it was slightly ahead. But it wasn't like, you're dominating top 25 matchups. Oh, Bob. I think it was a little bit like we saw at the beginning of the year with Clemson. You have these wild expectations.
Do we overrate them, you think?
We overrated everybody. I think that the one thing that people haven't realized is that parity in college football is real, and coaching in college football is real with those expectations. Man, Bob, you saw this in the league all the time. There are a lot of coaches that were there that just did what they did because they've been doing it for 15, 20 years. The difference in college football is that you're getting a new crop of kids every year that all need to be developed. Like, you haven't arrived when you're 22 years old or 21 years old. Like, you're always constantly developing them to be able to go out there and produce and innovating yourself, because this is the game that will do some different things for you. So I think that right now, us as media look at the fact that three of your top 5 teams are no longer in the top 25. I don't know if Texas slipped back in. I forgot. I think they did. But still, that's crazy considering those 3 were in the top 5, thought to be national champion contenders, and 2 of them definitely will not.
Take advantage of the situation.
What happened? What'd you do?
I would.
Why'd you cook off my phone? What happened? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, bud. Yeah.
Well, I'm on my Doomajig in my truck, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm on speaker because I don't even know where I'm driving to now because my Apple deal, but I'm just going to do it through my osmosis of my mind.
I was going to say, Schleg, it sounded like that was a conversation going on in your head, and I thought maybe we had an interesting peek inside the head of Schleg's there. I thought that was neat technology. Yes, Texas did slip back into the top.
Because my USB port in my center console, because my pickup truck is a straight bench. I refuse the center console that goes all the way through because I like to have room. I put my hats on the floor, or sometimes I'll rest my right leg on there when I'm doing the cruise control thing, or if I'm making a long road trip, I have a cooler. That kind of sits right there.
Beers in there?
No, don't say beers. No, he doesn't have beers in there. He's got energy drinks.
No. Monsters and water.
Yes.
Yeah. And Yellow Jacket trucker pills. And that's if I'm going, if I'm on a long, long drive. I'm joking about the Yellow Jacket trucker pills. No, I'm not.
Schlegs, is Indiana...
Hey, let me tell you something, buddy.
Please.
Hey, guys, I don't know if they have anymore, but I found a sweet deal. And I know you guys, hey, guess what? They don't pay me nothing for this. I'm telling you this because I wear it. But Carhartt came out with their own Ohio State hat with 47. I don't know who the hell they are, but AJ's and Chick Harley's number. They got a sweet Carhartt Ohio State hat, and they made it in all black. Just saying. Check it out. Pretty sexy.
Wearing black, it makes your head look thinner.
Yeah. I mean, I wear black all the time because my wife says I look good in it. You know, that's why I do it. I don't know if it makes you look thinner. I don't want to look thin. I want to look gas station ready and swole with a thick cylinder.
So, what kind of bars
Cylinders, plural.
Okay, what kind of bars are you shopping for today? Squat bars?
Safety squat bars, something that you would know what's going on because you have acetone. That's okay.
What makes a squat?
You should. Your wife told me, she texted me like, hey, can you do something about his Nasatol? I was like, dude, listen, I will, but he has to come over.
I'll come over, Schlegs.
It was funny. I was just watching this documentary. It wasn't a documentary. It's called Instagram. But, because, like, they'll be great. You know, like, what comes up in your feed, and things that come up in my feed are
clips.
Things that I send into a group chat. No. My stuff's not inappropriate. It literally is, like, lifting stuff and, like, Carhartt stuff and hunting stuff and Buckeye stuff. Like, that's I mean, listen, I leave my phone around. My wife can go look on my phone for anything. One, I wouldn't know how to hide anything. Two, I'm like, cool, because I ain't looking at trash. So, anyways, eyes are the key to the soul, Tito, if you didn't know that. So I got to keep those things clean. However, I was watching this thing, and it was about Dave Platt's about when he was squatting. He had these huge legs. Branch and Ronnie obviously had huge legs too, but it was just what got me juicy was that he was just talking about chasing the euphoric feeling of the pump. I was like, you know what, man? It's been a hot minute since I've felt that. I was like, I want to go do that today. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to squat until I just can't squat anymore. And then I'm just going to walk around for the next week sore as hell. But you know what, though? My legs will have felt the pump. And I'm kind of excited to live in that wheelhouse again for a hot minute.
So, what makes a good safety bar?
Ooh. Well, it has to, like, sit on your shoulder, like, the right way. Power, Elite FTS makes a really good safety bar. My favorite one is Power Lift because it has, like, these other hooks that fit on the rack well when you're racking it because, like, it'll, like, swing around, you know? So I really like that, and I like the padding. I also like Hatfield squats. I like to feel that when it's sitting on my shoulder and I'm not grabbing it, that it's not going to be thrown off. And that's what these do. So, yeah. I like them for really heavy Hatfield squats, lunges, those type of things. Really heavy bandit box. Just changing up the stimulus a little bit, whether you're doing dynamic effort or max effort getting bumpy or max repetition for big legs. I mean, listen, if my calves are just going to remain small because of genetics, then I might as well try to get my quads and butt as big as possible. Because then they can't say that I skip out on leg day. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy.
Schlegs, I love good content. I'm starting to think that if you could somehow get me into shape somehow, that'd be great content, that journey. If we could get that. You like the idea, don't you, Bob?
Yeah, I'd pay to watch that.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so like if I would have worked out with Schlegs.
Ultimate Warrior talking to those kids and just a grown man talking to you, you know, it would be amazing.
I'm thinking Schlegs.
You know what, like, what does your wife like to cook? What is she good at cooking? Can she bake?
Yeah, she can bake.
Sugar. Good. That would be my trade-off.
If she makes you food and you make me Adonis.
Adonis might be steep. Yeah.
That's a little too much. First off, have you looked in the mirror? Second off, no. But I will. Your diet and your sleep are the number one things that are going to help this journey. And those are two things I can't control, except for when you show up and Bob's over there in the corner just ridiculing you for being terrible. No, we're all about lifting up and positive motivation. Okay? So, yeah, we could 100% do something like that.
We could
You just gotta be
document it.
consistent.
Yes. Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, no.
I am the worst documenter of all time. I take 0 photos. I take 0 pictures or videos. I am terrible. I should do it. We were extra frothy yesterday at the Armory. We got other members in there I'm talking to. I'm like, dude, I should have just totally videoed that and put it on the IG machine because you did great. Like that was a great rep. You know, great technically sound. People want to see that, I think. I don't know. I'm terrible. You're going to have to get your own videographer.
That's fine.
What we gotta do.
I'll just put on I'll get one of those cameras quarterbacks wear in their helmets, and people just see you yelling at me and see me trying to work out and things like that. I'll have that on the entire time.
First person view of you getting trained by me.
Yeah.
And I'm a nice guy when I train too. I'm nice.
You made me cry the one time you trained me, but that's okay.
Yeah. Hey, you can do hard things, Tito. I'll talk to you like I talk to my daughter and my wife. You can do hard things, Tito. You can embrace it. You can get through. You know why? Because, doggone it, people like you. And you can do it. I don't say that to them. They do a great job. They do a great job.
Slags, I'm taking you up on this, just so you know. This is not just like radio talk for hits and whatnot. I'm going to do this.
Okay. I will like to see it. Hey, you know what? Hey, let's talk about this. Bloody Tuesday practice today, Bob.
Yeah. You going to go over, Schlegs?
You know what? I'm going to go over. I got to leave a little early, though, because we got the 7th grade finale wrap-up of the deal of the season. So I got to leave a little early for that. But I'm going to go watch them. Tips are in, bro. Here we go. Let's go do it. I love the fact that we've talked this entire time. I haven't talked about Buckeyes. But you know what, though? Why? Because they're the number 1 team in the country. They got the best defense in the country. Let's freaking go.
Okay.
Silver bullet style. What?
Schlegs, you are.
Oh, shit. Nikes. I passed my Dumajig. I got to go back. I don't know where my Dumajig went.
You are friends with Fickle. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit. Wait, man. Is there no dump? I forgot there's
no dump. That's twice now. The first time, Bodie and I raised eyebrows. The second time, now we're panicking.
I don't care because I'm turning on a road with cars coming.
That happens.
That's on you guys, and my Dumajig didn't turn on.
I apologize. Send us the ticket you receive, and we'll make sure we'll invoice it.
Thank you. I don't know what the hell this road is. What side are you on? What the F? Let's go. I'm trying to find a deal. Answer your damn question, Tito.
I keep doing it. You keep cutting me off. Okay. Is it hard for you to watch, like, if Ohio State gets out to a huge lead on Fickle, say they blow out Wisconsin 62-0. You're happy for Ohio State.
I like Fickle, man. Listen,
is that hard for you?
Absolutely not, dude. Listen, we all chose the profession. We know what goes down. You know what goes on in this thing? Be better than 6.7 yards per game. Like, that's the point, right? Like, so what are you trying to talk about? You're not going to put guys in there, and they're not going to stop doing what they do. Like, this is their moment to go get live bullets in the play. They want to eat. They starving. They like all I get is practice. You know, all I get is like practice nuggets. I want like the boneless rooster wings. You know what I mean? I want to sit down and have a cold one and go to town with extra ranch on it. So when you put those guys in, you ain't holding them back. You're not running up the score, but it's like, hey, stop them. You know, like it's if you felt that way, everything that you ever preached would basically be null and void because you're that soft.
There you go, Schlegs. I think that kind of said it all.
Did I say it all, Bob? Do you agree with that, yes or no?
Yeah, I don't disagree with it. I mean, people know what you're getting into.
Go out there and throw bombs. What I'm saying is you use that time as an opportunity of developing your dudes that don't and letting them go eat. And if they score, they score. And defensively, the standard should be the standard regardless who's in there. So I want to see great communication, and I want to see corn-fed, blue-collar, knocking junk in the dirt. Like, that's it.
I just didn't know, Schlegs, if it was...
You have a problem with that?
No. Listen, I didn't know if it was difficult for you because he's friends with you and he's having a struggle at Wisconsin right now. And if Ohio State...
No, he made that bed. That's on him.
Okay.
He made that bed. I mean, it's unfortunate that you've lost your starting quarterback 3 years in a row to contact injuries, I believe. All right? So that in and of itself is a swift kick in the babumbas. All right? But this is paramount now, and I'm only saying this because we're talking about James Franklin. But what do you recruit? Who are you as a college? That's like the number one thing. I'm not talking about Penn State. The more I've thought about this college landscape, and I'm just literally randomly driving down some road on the east side right now, just so you know, because I couldn't find my Duma kid. But if you go to a place, who are you? What can you recruit? We saw that at Michigan with the Brady Hoke and the Rich Rod era where you come in and change a complete roster and backfire. Not like they didn't have the personnel, and then you change it, and then it takes a lot of time. And I'm not saying they're even over that hump, but the fact is it takes a lot of time. But where are you in a college? How do you want to utilize your NIL? Or, hey, I got a head job, but they're only giving me $2 million Wisconsin and NIL money. You know what I mean? Like, okay, how do I want to use that? What does that look like? Well, we got a lot of beefy dudes up here. We can probably get them on the cheap. So, oh my gosh, I have no clue. You guys are freaking.
Wait, look, Schlegs, we're going to let you go.
What?
We're gonna...
No, I'm not letting you go. No, I'm not letting you go. How about that, Tito?
Fight, Rose.
You had me at hello.
Never let go.
The point is this. The point is that when you take these jobs, and I heard that Brian Hartline's going to be up for every job. Not every job is a great job. What are you going to spend on NIL? Well, how do they recruit? How can you build that, bring that in, right? Do you trust yourself? Cursing that he did, but he had a plan with it. He brought in his culture guys. They have 0 5-stars. They have a 72 ranked roster on the deal. You know what he does really well? Develops. And he knows what he runs, and he brings those people in appropriately. And they stay healthy, they'll be fine. They get hurt, that's the right guy. He gone, we'll get a little bumpy. You lose Fernando, I like calling him Fernando. Bumpy. You know what I mean? So, anyways, he's done a hell of a job developing. Anyway, Buckeyes, does that help answer your question?
That did, Schlegs. And so get to your place, and we're going to see each other very soon.
Ruin this. Yeah. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Attack and dominate. Go Bucks.
There we go. Anthony Schlegel. Need a break, Bob?
I'm good. I want to hit this Roosters.
We're going to do it.
Do it later?
Yeah, we'll do it next day. We'll do that.
Sounds good.
We'll announce that, and then we'll let them give away the $50 gift card. We'll do that next. So, by the way, is Indiana in danger of doing something that we once thought wasn't possible? We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Regenerative treatments for joint pain are creating lots of excitement in the orthopedic community. QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Ray Tessner recalls a recent conversation with one of the country's most acclaimed orthopedic doctors.
He said, when you and I are young, the arthroscope was a quantum leap in treating orthopedic problems. I think regenerative medicine is the new arthroscope.
Surgery is no longer the go-to solution for chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, or back. QC Kinetics is leading the next quantum leap. All-natural regenerative treatments that provide relief and mobility.
I think one of the tenets of being a good physician is the old saying of do no harm. That's what I enjoy about this form of treatment is there's very little chance that we're going to cause harm, and that's refreshing to me to be able to eliminate the dangers that can come sometimes with surgeries.
Book your free consultation today in Dublin or Gahanna. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Or go to qckinetics.com/Columbus.
Football season's heating up, and so are the deals at Germain Toyota. Right now, drive home a Rugged 2025 Toyota Tacoma with 2.99% APR for up to 48 months. Or go big with the all-new 2026 Toyota Tundra, also 2.99 APR for up to 72 months. Built tough, built smart, built for whatever your game day brings. Find your next Toyota at Germain Toyota at the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or start your next adventure online at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota of Columbus. See dealer for details.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right, we're back. MAGA-corn popcorn or MAGA-con popcorn. This says that Schleg's and I will both end up at Waffle House, and Schleg's gains 25 pounds. That feels personal, Bob.
Well,
do you think what's stronger? Schleg's desire to be Schleg's or my ability to make Schleg's be me?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I just said it.
You mean like his ability to be like you?
Do you think that I could make Schleg's gain 25 pounds and go to Waffle House instead of working out with me? I don't think I could either.
He could. Well, he would go to Waffle House, but he would still work out.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know. Maybe we make that happen there, Bob. Question for you, Bob. Is it?
You don't have to answer this question.
No,
Bob.
this way you have to answer this, Bob. It would be a quick segment.
I'll answer the question.
Okay. Is it possible that Indiana will become a football school?
Yeah. Well, when was the last time they were a basketball
That's
school?
what I'm asking you. Okay. For years,
Right
Indiana,
now, it's everybody's net.
Depot.
That's right. No, Bobby. That's my point. Though.
It's
It's
my
like,
net. Right now, it's
You can't
everybody.
do that, man. I just scored 10 goals, Jim. Right now, it's everybody's net.
When you look at this team, this Indiana, with when Bobby Knight was there, obviously they were clearly, truly a basketball school. Their football team sucked for years.
Yeah.
They're not in the preseason AP top 25 in football. They're number 3 in the country in football, number 3 in the basketball. They're not in the top 25, preseason top 25. So is it possible they're going to end up becoming a football school, being known more for their football than for their basketball? And is that a bad thing if that's the case?
It's never a bad thing. Why would you want to be a basketball school first?
Well, North Carolina.
Why would you want to be a basketball school first?
Bob,
I didn't say list the basketball
No, I know.
schools. I asked you a question.
Right.
And the question wasn't list basketball schools.
Okay. It's because if that's what you're most known for and you've had your most success historically.
If you had the opportunity to be a football or basketball school, why would you want to be a basketball school?
That's a fair question, Bob. That's a fair
So
question.
I'm asking you it.
I'm saying Indiana. Okay, so let's say that they put all the eggs. They try to become. Let's say the football school
Hold on.
thing does start.
Are you going to answer the question? Because that's the genesis.
No, I think
you want answers,
Bobby. I think a football school certainly more profitable.
That's
yes.
it. That's the answer.
Okay.
Period. End dot.
Is it
And it's
more
not even really
realistic for
close.
them to be a football school though than a basketball school? Is it realistic that we will look at Indiana as a football school?
I think with Kurt Signetti there, with what he's done, I don't know if it's realistic. Here's the thing. Anybody can win when they have a great coach. Can you hire that next great coach? Can you
Right.
transition through that? Ohio State's done that very well.
Yeah.
Historically. Their last 3 coaches have all won national championships.
Sure.
I mean, that is a rarity. There's only 2 other programs that have done that. Miami and I've had 3 consecutive coaches win national titles.
Championship. Miami's one of them.
And LSU is the other.
So Miami won theirs with
LSU's.
They're not going to make it for.
Don't you say
they're
they
not,
can't.
Bob. They're not. They
I
can't.
said Ohio State had the unique distinction where they
can't.
could have the first set of coaches that would all make Final Fours and all win national championships in football. And then Coach Holtman didn't make it.
He got close.
He got close. Close-ish. But didn't make it.
I think, Bob, that yes, it is a certainly you'd rather be a football school than a basketball school. Will Indiana become
So
that?
once you realize that you can do that, sometimes you just need someone to show you the way. And with Kurt Signetti there, they've been number one. It kind of started with Kevin Wilson back in the mid-teens, and like he turned that thing around. They got some toughness. They started winning a little bit. Had more guys drafted. Tom Allen kind of rode it for a while. Kind of fell apart, and then Kurt Signetti got there, and he has shown them what you can be, and people will invest. There's a number of billionaires that went to IU and that care about IU. And so you just have to have people that have money to be able to back it. And usually the thing is, it's the chicken or the egg. Well, I need money to win. Well, Kurt Signetti said, I'll go win, and then we can get the money.
Right.
And so then you can do that, and you can be selective, and he talked about, we bring guys to production. He's like, I love guys with traits and attributes and stars. He's like, but we bring in production. So if he has resources, then he'll be able to do that. And plus, they're in the Big Ten, so they get some dollars. And by the way, everybody wants to be a football school because in this next round of a realignment or whatever is going to happen, and even if it is these TV deals start to get asymmetric across conferences where not everybody gets the same thing and not everybody gets to eat the same portion size, because if you're not providing anything, you're not getting anything. And as that shifts, you need to be in the right spot. And so Indiana currently is in a good spot with that. I said 10 years ago, Stanford would have been in a good spot. Then their football sucked, and now they can't find anywhere to play, and they're in the ACC and for who knows how long.
And that's why when I brought up the football school thing, Bob, the basketball school thing, like when I say basketball schools in college football.
I know what you're talking about.
No, I want to ask a question. Like, okay, we'd agree Duke, Carolina, Kansas, Kentucky, right? All basketball schools.
Yeah.
UCLA?
UCLA is nothing right now.
Okay.
They were a basketball school.
I mean, obviously, you can throw out schools like Gonzaga because they're only basketball anyway.
Yeah.
But are there other schools that you would say that is a basketball school? Because I would put Indiana in that same category up until a few years ago.
Yeah, up until probably about 8 to 10. I just think we held on to the nostalgia of it longer than it was still alive.
And that's part
Kept
of it.
going to the viewing and thought that there was going to be a resurrection.
Is there another school, Bodie, you can think of that you would say that's a basketball school? UConn?
UConn definitely,
Okay.
yeah. Who else would be in there? Would you consider Baylor a basketball school, or is just
maybe recently?
Yeah, that's
maybe
the thing that I don't know is like because Texas Tech's been really good in basketball. Now they're all of a sudden really good in football.
Well, you
too.
know why? Because they're really good at everything. Because they
Got a lot of money.
pay softball
It
pitchers
pays
$1 million to
$1
come in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who else would be in there? I'd almost have to see a list.
There's a certain
Purdue. Purdue's probably basketball school now, right?
I would say
There's another
so.
football
Painters.
school, yeah.
Yeah. They
Michigan
are certainly
State?
not
I would say yes. Like
Okay.
they care about football, but since Izzo has been there, it's been more of a basketball program.
And I know that financially, yes, Bob, financially, absolutely it makes sense to be a football school. And it's tough to be both, obviously, but if you have to choose one identity, being known as a football school is better than being known as a basketball school. But there is a certain, and I know it's sentimentality and it's not money driven, but there's a certain a certain love that goes with being a basketball school, a certain
That's
distinction.
fine.
And so that's why I didn't know if Indiana, if they make that crossover, Bob, if they
I think
transition,
they might,
if you have.
transitioning. I think
Transitioning.
they might be in the process of that. Because by the way, it's not like they've gone out there and won 25 games a year in
Okay.
hoops. So like there might be thirsty girls a little bit. And like football, they're the first one that bought him a drink. Okay.
I'll throw
last
two more
time-
at you here.
Good.
Houston and Arizona.
Arizona,
Fair, yeah.
yes. Houston,
I would say so.
50-50. I would say with Kelvin Sampson being there, that helps a lot.
The last time Indiana basketball made the Sweet 16 was in the 2015-2016 season.
That was Zeller?
Under Tom Crean.
Yeah, it was Zeller.
Yeah, Cody Zeller there? Yeah.
Yeah, and Oladipo, those
might
guys.
have been there.
Yeah, that was when they had that. They were the number 1 overall seed, I think, that year. And they lost in the Sweet 16.
When's the last time they made a Final Four?
Oh, Final Four. It's been
since what's-his-name was there.
The last time was Mike
Bobby
Davis.
Mike Davis.
01-02.
Yeah.
When
they made
went there.
they made the finals that year.
Yeah,
that was the last
lost to
time.
Maryland.
I believe that's
Maryland
right.
one. Yes, I think that was the year of that. Yes, that was the Gary Williams only title I think at Maryland, right?
Sounds right. Yeah.
Okay, so Bob, here's my question then on when you mentioned the Signetti thing now. So right now we would both agree Indiana's trending to be a football school.
Had 2 good years, so
Okay.
I mean, it's
But I'm
a
saying,
recent trend line, but yes.
Facts. But if let's say Signetti does leave for Penn State, does it die?
I don't know.
Because
Does the next guy follow it up?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, is Indiana now?
Does James Franklin take the job?
Just a swap.
It could be a situation where because once let's
James
say,
Franklin would be. I mean, you're talking about someone that built a program like Indiana. If you're going to tell me, I'll give you the last 10 years of Penn State football, they wouldn't sign up for that. Hell yes, they would.
I agree, and that's an interesting point that I was going to try to get to there, Bob. Is if Franklin's if Signetti leaves, Franklin's probably the best option for Indiana, right?
I would say so.
Because I mean,
here's the thing: the best known option. There's other people out there. Everyone was like, "Well, find the next Kurt Signetti." I'm like, "Oh yeah," because Indiana, they just had better people. Everybody else passed him over, and he just happened to be good. It wasn't that Indiana had some proprietary knowledge. Every other school that was hiring people, they're like, "Damn it, we should have hired that guy. We should have hired that guy."
Neil in the chat says Louisville also a football or basketball school. I'd probably say it's accurate on that one.
I would say that's accurate, but they've
but
had some times where their football's been really good.
Yeah, as I was looking at the top 25 rankings, because they're 11th in the preseason poll for the men's college basketball upcoming season here. But I mean, they had a Heisman Trophy winner 7-8 years ago.
They were really good in the 70s and 80s in football. Like they've
Jeff
had
Brom's been pretty
Brom,
solid there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Schnellenberger actually went there for a while too.
Before he went to Miami,
No, after
Or
Miami.
after. Was after Miami?
Yeah, it was after Miami. I think Schnellenberger. I think it was his last job was at Louisville.
Yeah, they were good.
But anyway, and somebody in the chat
us a couple years ago. Bob.
mentioned Georgetown, Villanova. Yeah, Patrick mentioned those. Yeah, those are definitely Georgetown, Villanova, but they're not.
They don't have Division I football.
That's why it kind of knocks them out of that realm. But yeah, I wonder though, Bob, if Signetti left, I don't think Indiana would be as coveted as a job based on, despite what their record's been the last 2 years.
I think it's accurate, but I also think that there's probably a reason why Kurt Signetti being 62 years old, or 62.
I think he's 62.
Yeah, that he might not want to leave and try to restart something over there. He's got something humming right now, and he could do whatever he wants there. He could shoot a dude in broad daylight.
64.
Shot a man in Bloomington just to watch him die.
He and Sanchez could have a fight. He's released from the hospital, by the way, Sanchez.
Yeah, did you see his video of walking out? Yeah. He looked like he was having a tough time.
May as well have been holding his high heels walking down campus. That was a walk of shame there for him. All right, Bob, we didn't really discuss it, but we do have to do this.
Yes, you know what time it is. It's a Tuesday, an appetizer Tuesday with Roosters. Featured appetizer, $3 all day long. It's Roosters onion feathers, battered golden onion petals, fried, delicious. Served with a side of plucking sauce. So good. Had them yesterday. Now you get a chance to win a $50 gift card. 821-1460 is the number. 614-821-1460 is the number. The question is, we're talking to Schlegs. He was looking for something this morning to buy.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. You referenced it a few times. What was that? Get it to Brody. Get it to Brody. Brody. Someone actually texted me yesterday, said, I love the show. You guys are great. Brody's awesome on there. And I'm like,
thank you.
His actual name is Bodie, but it's kind of both now.
His actual name is Chad, but really it's kind of Your Highness.
Your Highness. But
they said they love Brody, huh?
614-821-1460 is the number. Talk to Broads, get the right answer, get the win.
Yeah, you can talk to Brody. He's a favorite for everybody, apparently. Coming up next, today's Guys Juice Morning Juice.
More and more these days, people who are in pain are taking control of their health and looking beyond traditional medicine. Hey, it's Tyvis Powell. People just like you are finding lasting relief without steroids, medication, or surgery. Right here in Columbus at QC Kinetics, you'll be treated by highly regarded orthopedic surgeon Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sports Medicine. Here's how it works. Your blood contains tiny but mighty healing tools. At QC Kinetics, Dr. Tesner and his team get to the root of where your pain stems from, right down to the cells involved. By putting these natural elements to work, your body can revitalize your joints, literally using your own power to heal. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay. It's fast, all natural, and there's no downtime. If your back, knees, or shoulders are keeping you from enjoying life, explore all your options before you agree to more pills or surgery. Find out if you're a good candidate. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Bobby is the all-American male. Tito pulled a hammy getting his mail. This is Morning Juice.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town? The opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road, Riverside Bank of Dublin, number FDIC, equal housing lender.
One of the members of our inaugural Chat Hall of Fame class, Phil, gets the victory for the Roosters gift card there, $50 gift card going his way. You know, Bodie, I've said that kind of like in passing a few times. We may have to come up with like some kind of Chat Hall of Fame.
I agree, yeah.
You know, and start listing people.
Their own entire wing.
Yes.
In the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, Phil would be in there, right? Little Lily be in there. Emily'd be in there.
Let me get the chat.
Horseview Farm would be in there.
Yep.
Jeff Farmer's Middle have
chickens. McChickens, RIP
yes, whatever that is. We could put it in, but
BDJF, whatever is new.
His plaque would be a lot of asterisks on things that we can't say that about him. But there's a number of those. Patrick and Steve Kerr, yes.
Listen,
I think it was one.
It's kind of like putting Bonds in the Hall of Fame. Like it's part of telling the story.
It's part of telling the story. You're right about that.
Yes. Story. Very active. Like, is it like Carmelo Anthony? The more shots you get up, the better it is.
Yeah. TE13 also gets in.
Yes,
for
Hall
sure.
of Fame nominee.
Yeah, we got a lot of those.
Garen.
There's Phil's put it in there. Phil's nominating people now for us. That's all good. So maybe we'll have to get something together like that and figure that out. And but in the meantime, though, if that doesn't already have you juiced, something should have you juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Can't forget Buckeye Frank either. Got him good as well. Okay.
Frank and beans?
It is it is Tuesday, Bodie. If you didn't have enough Schlegs already, we'll give you a little more.
I've trained my stomach and my body to absorb that much caffeine. Listen, I could drink a coffee. Oh, man, when I'm on those cruise ships, I'll take an Americano and a double shot of Bailey's every night at 7:30. That sounds amazing. 4 shots, though. I like 4 shots of espresso in that Americano. Como te llama?
4 shots. What was he on there? His
Como te llama?
It sounded very clear.
I
didn't
know.
It?
Yeah, it sounded better than the typical.
He might have. Schlegs and I used to record them sometimes.
Oh, you did sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, during
maybe
the day.
that was over a Zoom or something.
Yeah.
Wasme Juice, guys. Meant to mention this yesterday, actually. Saw this a few days ago. George Clooney reveals that Ocean's 14 is moving forward. There are plans to begin filming next year. The second and third movies were okay, but the first one was awesome, so hopefully it's more like the first one. Rumor has it Tito also might be, stunt double for George Clooney. Go ahead, Tito.
So just so we're clear, since I'm not obviously akin to, I don't know what the movies are. It's not the 14th Ocean movie, right?
That's correct. It was the
it
first
starts
3 were 11,
Some
12,
of the guys
13,
are dead, though, now.
I know.
Who's dead?
They might have to shrink the band.
What's his name?
Ruben?
Ruben.
Right? He's
Ruben's
passed.
dead.
Yeah.
Ross Geller's dad is dead. Whatever his name was.
All right. Well, we can recast, The
Kardashian
show
was
goes
his
on,
name.
Bob. That casino's not going to rob itself. Let's be honest. As long as they got Clooney and Brad Pitt and
Matt Damon's good. They're good in there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what his name. James Caan's son's good in there. Scott Caan, who was like Tweeter in Varsity Blues, the little short dude.
If I saw
he's
him,
on Hawaii Five-0.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
He's
I
good
got
in
you
there. There's a bunch of good. Don Cheadle is in it.
Yeah.
He's got a British accent.
Speaking of,
is he British in real life?
I don't think
I have
he
no
is.
idea.
Maybe he is. I don't know. I don't think
He's got a British accent in
He
there.
does it in the Avengers movies,
No.
so I would guess maybe he does it. Or he's just a great actor, Bob. That's hard to tell.
So Julia
sometimes.
Roberts is coming back?
Yeah, why not? Those movies were awesome. Never saw the Ocean's 8 one with Hathaway, but maybe I'll have to get that on the docket before 14 comes out. Speaking of Brad Pitt, stumbled across Inglourious Bastards the other night, knocked out a half hour of that. So that was just on TV, and he's out there killing Nazis. What else has
Nazis, not Nazis.
That's what he calls them in the movie.
Well, yeah, 'cause he's got that southern accent. When he tries to speak German,
he's speaking Italian.
I hadn't seen that movie in I don't know how long. I'd never seen it before, actually, not all of it.
I didn't see it for the longest time either.
And then Beam, maybe it was you, I don't know, we were talking the show. I made a list last year around holidays of like things I need to watch when I had all these off days. So I just get drunk at night and watch these movies, and it was one of them. It was good.
We have talked before about like movie villains that you just like can't stand them.
The guy in there is
Joaquin
awesome.
Phoenix from
Gladiator?
Gladiators up there. But that guy, the German officer, whatever his title was in the movie, I would say he's on that short list.
Oh, gosh, absolutely. And you're right, the Nats. Joaquin Phoenix, I didn't like him for a long time after watching Gladiator.
Yeah, because he's so good in that film. You just like,
oh, it's gross.
and it's weird because it's not like he's the villain in the movie, but like you hate him. Like
he's a creep, man.
You didn't hate Heath Ledger as the Joker. You like knew he was the bad guy, but you didn't hate him. He was a great actor.
You
and he
hate
played
Joaquin
that. You hate Joaquin Phoenix. You just want to strangle him in that movie because he plays the role so well. So that all has me juiced. I think that's all I got for you guys. Last night my eyeballs were just bleeding from watching so much sports. Had the multi-view going. Couldn't even keep up on everything.
Oh,
With
yeah,
the Jackets, postseason baseball, Monday Night Football doubleheader. Pretty big fan of the 7:15 kickoff. I'm not going to lie. I wish they would bump that sucker up.
You know what we need to do? We just need to move to Dallas. I'm
what?
going to tell you,
Take
it
the
was
Sean
great.
Road.
I'd click the Monday and Sunday Night Football off, 10:15, go to bed. Like it's a real nice. It's a real nice existence.
It's a real nice surprise, Clark. I made it to about 10 minutes left in the Jackets game, and I was like, I just can't keep my eyes open anymore, so I'm going to bed. But if I had that extra hour, if we had a 6 o'clock face-off instead of 7, maybe I could have pulled it off. So that all has me juiced today, guys. Tuesday. 1 day away from Coaster Bob Day tomorrow. 3 days away from the top 20 matchup against the Trojans of Southern California. We'll celebrate a little today in history tomorrow at that moment there. So that all has me juiced. Carp, what's got you juiced today?
Bears finding a way to get it done. The guy Beamer's going to be happy.
Yeah.
Finding a way. Almost gave it away at the end, but they were able to hold on strong.
Washington said, here, we'll give this fumble away to
Yes.
you and go down and win it. Jake Moody.
Exactly.
49ers legend.
It's amazing. Falcons looked good last night. I know the Bills are beat up and battered, but they had some opportunities to get it done. One of the unbelievable plays, the Falcons are trying to execute a field goal before halftime. They have 6 seconds left, and they throw it to Drake London. If he falls down and calls timeout, they probably kick a 46-yard field goal, make it, and get to halftime. Well, he breaks the tackle on the slant, and I'm like, they're going to score a touchdown. I don't know who it was with the Bills. Their free safety busted his butt all the way over there and knocked his foot out of bounds as he was diving to the end zone. A half yard shy, no time left on the clock. No soup for you. You don't get the 3, you don't get the 6, and you get to half. And that was awesome. It was just watching that.
That's one play, one life right there.
It really is. And it didn't matter in that game, but those plays matter over the course of a year. Career.
We add up all those inches.
You know what it mattered is if he was playing against Drake in fantasy.
Yes.
He may have been playing against Drake London in fantasy. He said you can have the 1 point catch and the 40 yards of points,
6.
but you're not getting the 6. Not on my watch. Last week I was talking to my my third son, Kellen. And it's his last week of little league football, and he's like, "Man, it went fast." I was like, "Well, buddy, that's the story of life." So we practice tonight, practice Thursday, and final game on Sunday. So excited to kind of finish that up, wrap that up with him, and remember when he started, and just it's been a fun journey that he's been on. But he's like, "Dad, it just goes so fast." I mean, that's how life is, bud. I mean, you get these opportunities, you get these seasons, you got to make the most of them. And take advantage of every single day and do the little things like rinse your cottage cheese. I had a friend who is the defensive coordinator from Northern Illinois. He goes, "Hey, do you remember," he texts randomly out of the blue, "do you remember doing a presentation about rinsing your cottage cheese?" And I thought I did. I was like, let me just Google that. And I'm like, okay, it's in Jim Collins' Good to Great. I was like, yes, that was in our admin 599 class at Fisher, and we presented together. Epic presentation about doing the little things in life consistently, and that's how you get to be good. But rinsing your cottage cheese. And so I looked that up yesterday, had a nice little text with him about some stuff. And then on my XM show, got a chance to talk to Alex Golish, and who's the head coach at South Florida, Dublin, Scioto alum, and Moscow native, Russian. And I've never asked him this because he was in Brooklyn a little bit before moving here. And I go, how did you get to the United States? I'm like, really? And I'm like, how did you and your family? He's like, well, the wall was kind of dry. They were kind of opening some things up because you could get sponsored. My aunt had already gotten over here and she would sponsor us. He goes, we basically had to just get rid of everything. We were allowed to take a suitcase and $100 per person. So he's like, me and my sister and my parents showed up in Brooklyn, New York, in the late 80s, early 90s with $100 a piece. And then we're there for a little bit, got jobs, moved to Dublin, and now the dude is the head coach at South Florida and will probably be in line to be talked about for a number of these jobs. Yeah. And I'm like, buddy, that is the American dream if there ever was one. And so I'm incredibly happy for him, my friend, and Buckeye alum, just doing some great things down there. And I know he's going to be coveted, and asked him how to deal with it. He goes, Frank, I've never been in this situation before. And when he goes, I was at Tennessee and other places, they'd say, coaches, well, you're going to get another job and leave. He goes, well, maybe. He goes, but that's better than me being bad at my job and being forced to leave. Yeah. So I can't tell you what's better, being great or being awful. They're going to question your job status either way. Oh, that's got me juiced. Thitoff. How about your workout time with Schlegs?
I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I got to figure out. I'm a very busy person. I don't have a lot of free time, but I've got to make time to make this work. I've got to figure out how to do it and get in there. I think it'd be great. Great content. Me video. I have somebody out there recording us doing this. Him motivating me, and look at the before and after. Be great for Schlegs or be terrible for Schlegs if I fail miserably, which I won't. I won't do that. Anyway, I am not ever afraid to.
There's a line. Either you, it's diet and exercise are part of it. Rest is another. Either you treat your food as medicine, or one day your medicine becomes your food.
Ooh,
that's deep right there, Bob. That's got me thinking on that one now.
I'm still trying to figure out the rinsing cottage cheese.
I don't understand.
I don't really like cottage cheese. But
Neither do I. I hate cottage cheese.
Put water on it. Don't you just eat it out of the can?
Right. Anyway, a couple things yesterday. So I have no problem. When I make a mistake, I'm like Dirty Dancing there with Lenny Briscoe. When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. Yesterday, Bob, I don't know if you noticed, I had a Blue Jackets jacket on and a Jackets hat. And I had it in my notes to make sure I talked about what's having me juice was the Jackets home opener. And I never mentioned it yesterday. I get out of the show, I get a text from my buddy Brian. He said, hey, I saw you all decked out in Jackets gear. Thought you didn't mention it one time. We didn't talk about the Jackets home opener yesterday at all. And that's on me. And so, but then I want to make sure I talked about it today. And Brian also wants to be in the chat Hall of Fame, even though he said I have to work for a living. I can't always be in the chat, but I am always there. So maybe Brian gets in as like the
contributor.
A contributor, maybe. We get Brian in on that one. Yes, I failed to mention the Jackets yesterday, but the 3-2 loss, and again, only 2 goals allowed by Jet. He's been fantastic for his last 9 games he's played going back to last season. The other thing I'm juiced about, hey, Bob, it's my wife's birthday today.
Oh.
She turns 49.
First one or second one?
Yeah, good. That's a very. I was saying Heather's. I was like, wait, no. First one was like, yes, you're right. It is the most current Heather.
She's 49.
She's 49.
Good for her.
I got her a birthday
Good
card.
For you, Tito.
I got her a birthday card that's for a 50th birthday.
It's perfect.
And the reason I did
Reuse
that
it for next year.
No, the reason I did that, as I wrote in the card, was I'm getting you the 50th one in case you murder me before your birthday next year. Then you'll have a 50th birthday card from me still.
Gosh, that's beautiful.
So, yeah, she turns 49 today. So, happy birthday to her. Chatters, thank you so much. By the way, now I don't have to get her a gift. Chatters, thank you so much for joining us all day today. The strong representation
Just one
as well.
crash, baby.
One crash.
That has
You're
me
right.
juiced. Just one VMix
one
crash.
VMix crash.
One
is all we
crash,
had.
one life.
God bless.
Yeah, exactly.
God bless Ben for getting in here early this morning and helping things out again.
Folks, tomorrow we'll have Austin Ward on, so make sure you tune in for that as well. He'll be on at 7:20 tomorrow, which we always like to do with him. Get more talk about Ohio State, Wisconsin coming up. We'll do all that tomorrow. Love you, chatters. Love you, juicers. Morning juice.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville, or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger.